Welcome to Hephzibah Simple Class. Today, I will be talking on fluid Mosaic model and membrane fluidity. The fluid Mosaic model was first proposed in 1972 by Singer and Gart Nicholson to explain the structure of a cell or plasma membrane. In our previous classes, we already discussed what a cell or plasma membrane is. Now, what is a fluid Mosaic model? Fluid Mosaic model describes that biological membranes are two-dimensional solutions of oriented lipids and globular proteins, where the proteins diffuse laterally in the lipid matrix, unless restrained by certain interactions like protein cytoskeletal arrest and physical barriers such as presence of crowded immobile molecules. However, note that the membranes of any cell or organelle is a flexible structure. Also, the lipids and most proteins in membrane diffuse in a lateral motion, a process known as lateral diffusion. What is lateral diffusion? This is the rapid motion of lipid and or protein molecule within the plane of one leaflet of a lipid bilayer. Remember that a lipid bilayer is a two layers of lipids in a membrane. Although the lateral diffusion of most membrane molecules can be rapid, but the free movement or rotation of lipids from one face of a membrane to the other is very slow, a process known as transverse diffusion or flip-flop process. Transverse diffusion is the passage of lipid or any liquid molecule from one leaflet of a lipid bilayer to the other leaflet. Note that in this process, some proteins are said not to diffuse transversely because they are held up in a fixed place by cytoskeleton filaments like actin. Now, what is membrane fluidity? Membrane fluidity simply describes the relative diffusional motion of the molecules within a membrane. The membrane fluidity is determined by certain factors, such as number 1, temperature, number 2, degree of unsaturation or degree of saturation, number 3, length of fatty acid hydrocarbon chains, and number 4, sterol or cholesterol content of the membrane lipids. For the temperature, the higher the temperature, the more the membrane fluidity, but the lower the temperature, the lesser the fluidity. For degree of unsaturation or degree of saturation, a membrane with more unsaturated fatty acids tend to stay more fluid, but a membrane with more of saturated fatty acids tend to have low fluidity. Remember, unsaturated fatty acids are the fatty acids with carbon-to-carbon double or triple bonds. Saturated fatty acids are fatty acids with carbon-to-carbon single bonds. For length of fatty acid hydrocarbon chains, a membrane with short or branch chain of fatty acids with low melting point tends to be more fluid than the membrane with long or longer fatty acid hydrocarbon chains with high melting point. For the last point, which is sterol or cholesterol content, the effects of cholesterol content depends majorly on its temperature. When cholesterol temperature drops, the cell membrane stays fluid, though may not be too fluid, but may break. And when its temperature rises, the membrane becomes too fluid that it may no longer hold its shape. Here we come to the end of this class. I want to acknowledge and appreciate authors and owners of every image and material used. Sir and ma'am, please always remember to like and subscribe to Hephzibah Simple Class YouTube channel. Thank you.